important for me to start here in this space at a showcase camp. Why do you think I started that with that?
So we can start off thinking we're positive.
Start thinking more positive?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what else? Yeah, okay. What you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say along with what she said, just to stay confident.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like you were meant to shine. Like you were meant to like shine, to be really, really cool, to be really, really powerful, to be really, really confident, awesome people in this world. You were meant to do that. Okay? Sometimes we're in this space, especially when we're like, that girl over there is getting attention from a coach, I'm not. That girl seems to know a lot about what she's doing, I'm still learning. We automatically want to look to the left and to the right of us instead of looking at what's inside of us. You see, God created the sun and the moon, and they don't have to compete or compare because in their time, they shine. In nighttime, the moon will shine. In the daytime, the sun will shine. They don't have to compare themselves to each other because when it's their moment and their purpose, it's their moment, right? And so as we go through this space out here, like this is what we're talking about today, is when is your moment? We're creating that moment, but I gotta know when my moment is, what my uniquenesses are, so I can get there, okay? My name is Coach Ashley Carter. Okay, I'm a confidence coach. I am a empowerment speaker, and I own a business. It's called Lead Her Ship Athletics. And my business is set up not for me to come out and like be cool and wear my hat backwards and have a shirt on that says owner power. My business, not my shirt. My business was created to teach you how to lead your own journey, to lead your own ship, because this is your life. Out of 8 billion people in the world, there is only one of you, which automatically makes you unique, valuable, and enough. So today what we're doing is we're starting to create our own plan for how we can be successful. Not how my teammate is successful, not how my coaches think I should be successful, not how my parents think I should be successful, but what does that mean to me and how do I become it? Okay? So that's what we're gonna work on today. Let me give you a story real quick about one of the girls I work with. I work with athletes just like you. Okay, and as you guys heard earlier, I used to coach at the University of Washington, awesome experience. But I learned really quickly that that wasn't my fit. And as you guys are going on a journey now where you're trying to figure out what your fit is, this is the opportunity where you start to figure that out, right? What are my uniquenesses? How do I fit into a program, right? What can I bring to the table? How do I make the program better? Okay, let me tell you a story about one of the girls I work with. She just graduated from high school. High school season, she didn't pitch very much. Travel ball season, she's a star. Okay, she does amazing things. She's going on to a D2 school in Texas, she's in California. And during her high school season, even though she did really, really well in her travel ball and she's like awesome at travel ball, her high school season wasn't the greatest experience. Her high school coach wouldn't let her play, okay? He didn't talk to her very well, didn't pump her up, didn't motivate her. And I know some of you guys experienced that same thing. How many of you guys experienced something like that? Yeah, you're not the only one. Okay, so when she went back to travel ball this last summer, here's what happened. She would go to pitch, and she couldn't hit her target. She would hit the top of the backstop, she's a batter, she'd throw the ball on the ground. She had what they call the yips, right? So what we did over a 4-week course is we got together and we started to kind of think about some things about how she was successful and what that looked like. And what we found out as she went back and watched some film is that when she would pitch, she would throw the ball, she would go up, get the ball from the catcher, she would wipe off the dirt on the ground, she'd walk back to the back of the circle, take a deep breath, find her focal point, tell herself, just let it go, get back on the mound, and she would throw. So she did this continuously and she was really successful at it. When she went back to her high school field, she noticed that stopped. She stopped doing it. She got so caught up in all of the feelings of like disappointment and frustration that she didn't use her own roadmap of guide of what she did. Okay, so when we talk about routines and habits, it's really, really, really important to how you guys are successful because it's your specific roadmap. Yeah, you might get some images from watching college softball and things like that, but at the end of the day, you got to determine what feels good to you. So that's what we're going to work out today is creating our own successful roadmap, our own routines. So that way when we play the game, we can go back to the things that we remember that helped us be really good. So when we do have some bad moments, we go to success, because success leaves clues, and we're going to write those clues down. Okay, so the first section that we're going to talk about today is our on-deck routine. So when we're on deck, we're waiting to pitch, waiting for to get in the box. I want us to think about what are some of the things that we do when you're on deck. Before you write down, let's just get some ideas. Tell me one thing you do when you're on deck. Yeah. Sing a song. I like that. Yeah. Okay. What else? What's some other stuff? What do you do?
I personally like to talk to other people.
You like to talk to other people? Okay, we're gonna talk about that's probably not the best plan because it takes you out of your element of focus. That's okay. What else? What do you not mentally do? What do you physically do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What else? What you got? Yes. Okay, thank you. That was the one answer I was looking for. Timing. We work on our timing. Good. What else? What'd you say? You're gonna say timing? Were you gonna say timing? Yeah. What else? What kind of things do you get when you're on deck? Like what's the process of being on deck? What can you get from being on deck?
Her pictures at our pitch location.
Yeah, you can kind of gather some information. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think physically of what you do when you're in the box on deck, and I want you to write down about 5 things that's your roadmap. Like what 5 things that I do to make sure that I'm ready to get in the box. Okay? What are your 5 things? They might be different from somebody else, but yeah, if you don't have 5, that's fine. Don't be asking questions. Don't be asking questions. You can ask me questions, but don't be asking your coach, your teammate questions. What's your question? How to spell?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, making sure.
You want me to tell you?
No.
Hey, let me tell you guys something else. It's really, really cool. Keep writing. Keep writing. There's this thing called perfectionism, and I'm a recovering perfectionist. Okay? So as a perfectionist, you know what's really, really funny and interesting about perfectionism? Is people don't think about it, but like in order for you to be the best, you actually have to fail. Isn't that weird? Like when I fail, what happens when I like make a mistake or fail? What do I get to do? Learn and grow so that I can get to the next level and get better, right? So if you think about that, like I'm a recovering perfectionist because I can't be a perfectionist, it doesn't exist. But number 2, I have to actually fail in order to be a perfectionist, which means I'm not a perfectionist. So I'm gonna tell you that to say, I don't care if you don't spell it right. This is yours, not mine. And even if I had it, I'm not gonna judge you. Okay, you're pretty cool if you spell it. If you made a new word up, I love it. Cool. Everybody got it down? So here's the next thing we want to think about. Now we're actually in the box, okay? But let me tell you about the on deck. It's a really good time for you to zone into what's about to come. You can gain information, like somebody said. You can get your timing down. Okay, you can kind of get the tendencies of the other coaches' pitch calling, the speed. Maybe she throws a changeup with 0-2 count or 1-1 count. Maybe changeup is her better pitch. You get to learn a lot of information by just locking in and not necessarily talking to other people to get better. So that's why I would say that's the only reason I say it's not a good idea, because you get to learn a lot of information before you actually get in the box. Those are your extra reps. Okay. All right, so let's think about now you're in the box. Okay. Tell me you're like, all right, I got a strike or I got a ball. Walk me through where you look at your coach. Okay, you get the sign, get back in the box. Just write a couple things that you do. Get the sign. Just give me what you do on this. And if you don't know, what's going to be really cool is today when you're actually in the game, you can think about it. Okay? And then you can come back and write it down too if you need to. You might not have 5. You might have 2. Okay. don't have a plan completely yet, I just want you to put it in your mind and start thinking about the plan. Okay? So there's this concept I've been hearing all summer. It's called, people are saying, oh, I'm in a hitting slump. I'm in a hitting slump. I'm in a hitting slump. And I work with athletes like you, like I said, and my first question to them is usually, well, what pitch are you looking for? And a lot of them can't answer that question. Then I'll ask them, how many times did you go out and work this week on your craft? And I had one girl say, well, I don't practice with my team. My hitting coach is 3 hours away, so I don't really get to get the work in. And I would ask her, well, then how do you expect to not be in a hitting slump? It takes a little bit of practice and preparation, but it takes a lot of more planning than anything, right? What pitch am I actually looking for? Am I swinging at strikes? Okay. How do I adjust to the situation that's happening? Is there a runner on base? So I want you to start to create a plan, because that's really helpful to how you build confidence. Confidence comes from two things: how you talk to yourself and your preparation. Okay, so the next one asks you, what is your plan when you're in the box, when you're waiting on a pitch? What is your plan? So tell me what your plan is. Okay, write that out for me. Help with this, if you do have a hitting coach, or maybe you have your coach, like, it's good when you guys are in practice to maybe ask some questions. Based on what my swing looks like, coach, what do you think is the best pitch I should be looking for? Okay, start to get some of that information so you can kind of have a better plan when you go into attack. More seconds here on this one. Okay. There's this research that we do as mindset coaches, as mental training coaches. And it's interesting to find out that in reality, we have these things called